around the world, like the S-300 long-range anti-aircraft systems that Slovakia recently transferred to Ukraine. We are getting them in there. We won't always be able to advertise everything that our partners are doing to support Ukraine and fight for freedom, but to modernize Teddy Roosevelt's famous advice, sometimes we will speak softly and carry a large javelin, because we're sending a lot of those in as well. Teddy Roosevelt's famous advice, sometimes we will speak softly and carry a large javelin, because we're sending a lot of those in as well. But we're not sitting on the funding that Congress has provided for Ukraine. We're sending it directly to the front lines of freedom.
All right, Shalom. This is Har One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. When I say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amav. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, what you heard there was this guy, Sleepy Joe, announcing his $800 million security assistance package that he's sending to Ukraine, to those Edomites over there. Now, still, mind you, in the background, they got a couple, what you would call Africans. Some of them might be Jakes as well, that those Ukrainians are not helping over there. All right, they're leaving them stranded. And you haven't heard anything on the news about it recently, or in the media. Last thing we heard was those Nazi-minded Ukrainians are not allowing, and Polish people, the Edomites of Poland, they're not allowing dark-skinned people into Poland for safety, all right, and other places. But still in all, you got Biden sending $800 million to help that country when they want to help their own country. You got poverty and high levels of homelessness in this country. All right, so they won't help with that. They won't give Jake reparations. What Tupac said, they got money for war but can't feed the poor. All right, and when they do their little what do they call it? The damn loan they gave out, PPP loan. Right, when they did the PPP loan, they only gave people $1,000-something, $1,500, a little cheap petty cash. But now he could send over $800 million to help them, which is going to cause America's economy to fall even more. All right, basically paying to destroy America's economy in the war. All right, America's economy. So now they're basically initiating a full-on proxy war through Ukraine against Russia, all right, from America, supplying them with missiles, anti-aircraft missiles, these new missiles that he just said, the Javelins. But it was something that caught my attention, just the way he was talking. It shows the devilish ways of these damn Edomites, especially Biden, as he reads from his teleprompter. As he reads, making it sound like it's his own words, like a puppet. But they're moving into the next phase of what they call this war. And basically, at some point, it's going to be a full-on hot war between Russia and America, according to prophecy. All right? And there's nothing that anybody can do to stop it, because it's the will of the Most High, Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai. All right? All right, this is Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. And that's what they're doing, man. They're encouraging themselves, saying, hey, now it's time to move into the next phase of the New World Order. all right, of the war and the fall of this place, America, Babylon. All right, so they're encouraging themselves in an evil matter. And the puppet Biden, he's the front face for the Illuminati, and it sounds like the teleprompter that he reading. It sounds like Obama speaking, and you know damn well Biden couldn't write that message that's on that teleprompter. How fast he talking, you know. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. That's why they're sending over 800 million. Even though Russia said, hey, anybody that supplies Ukraine, they're basically fighting. They're basically part of the war. All right, so yeah, be looking for a formal announcement at some point from Russia before they bring out the nukes. What they're going? That's the next phase. It's going to be dropping nukes. They just announced today that they took some part of the country from Ukraine, and it was a success. And at some point, they're going to move towards nuclear operations, and they're going to announce a full-on war against America for supplying Ukraine. So they're encouraging themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, so privately, right? Privy, right? They say, who shall see them? And that's what they're saying. They don't think nobody can see what they're doing. All right, that word privily comes from the Hebrew word taman or tamana or taman. It means to hide, to conceal, bury, to hiding, concealing, secretly laying, participle darkness, man. To hide, man, and that's what Esau does. They meet in secret, and they come out with these plans. Go against Russia so they can bring the demise of America and blame it on Russia instead of these American citizens. Instead of them blaming it on the American government, they're gonna blame it on Russia. All right, when the economy falls. So what it says, and they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them, man? They search out iniquities. They search out evil, all right, injustice, unrighteousness, wrong, violent deeds of injustice. What's that? War, man, killing, sending missiles over there and all kind of mess. All kind of technology to get this causing more death and destruction. All to gain and keep a power seat in this order that they're setting up. But ultimately, America's going to fall, right? Babylon. It says what? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. All right? Both the inward thought of every one of them. The heart is deep. So it says what? They have been consumed with their thorough search that they've done. They're obsessed with their idea of a new world order. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Whew. This is Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast, basically a wild, untamed country of people coming up out of the earth, a wild beast, just like NATO, just like the Roman Empire, okay, a kingdom. And he had two horns like a lamb. That's where you have Democrats and Republicans. That's their high points, or their, what you would call their leaders, dealing with the Senate, the Democrats or Republicans. That's the split that they're using against each other. And to play sleight of hand to the American citizens. And two horns like a lamb. All right, so it's showing up acting innocent, or like some God-fearing country, but really it's the hammer of the earth and the scepter of the wicked, the staff of the wicked. And he spake as a dragon. See, they're pushing these draconian policies and setting up wars and such, man, in the spirit of Satan, the adversary. All right, the Roman Empire, EU, because those elites over there in Europe that run this place, Babylon. They don't care who's in office. You know, they control what's on that teleprompter, what the president's saying. So he's saying, I don't know if it was Roosevelt or Truman that he recited his quote. He quoted, but he said, we're going to speak softly and carry a heavy javelin, because that's what we're sending. It's like, you're talking about sending javelin missiles, man. And that's what they've been using. It was like anti-tank missiles that people can carry on their shoulder. So they're gonna give those to the people that are rebels. When basically Ukraine belongs to Russia. Right? It's a Russian country. In the Soviet Union, Ukraine was part of Russia. All right. So Psalm 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. See that? That's that. We're going to speak softly. But war is in his heart, man. You see that? But war, they got a whole war planned out in their mind. It's mapped out, and they're moving towards that. Provocative war, provoking Russia, poking the bear, that's what they call it. And they have something going down around May 9th with Russia. So they have to move fast to get this. America needs a war. All right, Babylon needs a war, because if they don't, the leaders in this place are going to become a target in the midst of economy collapse. All right, they're going to be to blame. So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. And his words were softer than oil. See that? He said, we're going to speak softly, but we're going to carry a heavy javelin. The Lord is talking about these Edomites, man. These heathens, okay? Especially over here in Babylon, America. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, man. Not about to bring them out. They're already drawn. The war is already on. They already at war with Russia. They're just doing it through the Ukrainians, okay? So with that, I'm going to end it there, man. Say shalom.